What's up, y'all? This is video number 2 on here where I'm sharing my journey about my purpose here in life and on this planet, right? So I definitely want like financial freedom. I know that a lot of people do. So maybe if you're watching this, you're one of those people that want that. The freedom to go where I want to go, put my money towards what I want to put it towards, and ultimately just feel safe, right? Like beyond just money itself, just the feeling of safety and that, I can take care of myself while using money as a tool is part of the journey. And another part of my journey is the housing insecurity that I've faced and an issue that I want to fix. I want to help people have access to housing. I want to create houses, and that's something that, I needed. I'm also queer and feel the need to be queer because I'm queer, and that's another thing that I needed growing up. I didn't see really queerness in a way that made sense to me, and it took me a long time to figure that out. Sure, let's just go down the list. Like mental health, took me a long time to figure out. For me, I have obsessive compulsive disorder, really bad, mentally. And I didn't realize that until extremely recently because I don't really have physical rituals. I have mental rituals, and yeah, working through that has been challenging. And yeah, and it's just me, I have more layers of family trauma, ancestral trauma, whatever. We don't need to get into that right now. Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? This is about sharing things that I've learned, things that I've discovered, information I've gathered, and how I'm putting it all together. Ultimately, I'm here to teach. I'm here to share information. I'm here to connect. I'm here to be a resource, and that's where I'm at. The thing is, I've tried doing some version of that for a long time, and things always don't work out. I'm not really good at consistency or sustaining things. Good at starting projects, right? But as far as big projects that require teams, I'm really good at the planning and organizing the steps of what the execution would be, not necessarily doing it, but setting it up. And that's where my desire for architecture comes in. I want to design. Of course I want to build, of course I want to help, but ultimately I feel like my role is the designer. And yeah, I say all of this to help set the stage for what I hope becomes a interesting channel, if that's a real thing. So what I wanted to talk about was kind of my resistance to doing this, and that's about believing in if this is even possible. But you have people saying make videos and it'll build over time and be consistent and things like that. And then I've also worked a lot with marketing and social media, and I understand consistency from a social media standpoint, and then I also know that what we're meant to do is to give value, and that's the best way to do any sort of business at all. I guess that's from an entrepreneurial perspective. So yeah, that's what I can do. I can give value, but I have a lot of fears around being seen, and I have fears around being hated, I guess is a more accurate way to put it. I have fear for my life. just in the world every single day. Am I going to survive? And every single day is kind of always running in the background, I'm not financially free right now. Not really. Like, I've been pretty free in terms of, like, I have a lot of autonomy and choice in what I do, and I don't always do the most conventional thing. And there's a lot of freedom in that. But I've sort of questioned the need for money, and I've danced around it, and I've not needed it in a lot of circumstances. But then I kind of wanted to also make sure that I can make money. So I'm, under the impression that my ability to make money and my desire to build houses is ultimately my bridge and my purpose. So this channel is like about that, leading to that. And at the same time, it's hard for me to believe that just sharing like my own perspective is gonna make me a whole bunch of money on YouTube, because that would imply that people want to listen to me. But more than that, it would have this implication that there's funding in just being yourself and sharing yourself. And that's like a really positive and beautiful way to look at the world. And I don't know if it really works like that. Oh, just be yourself. And then have like these YouTube videos and then get paid through these YouTube videos, and then you have your financial freedom so that you can just be yourself. And then ultimately the whole point of all of this is to be yourself. Yeah, so I'm a very accepting person. I want everyone to be themselves. I'm here to be myself. I'm sharing it because it's an attempt at financial freedom and helping others, helping house others, building houses, using natural materials, working with the earth, working with the elements, having everything be cohesive, having beautiful designs, having big structures, using curves, bringing people together, allowing people to sit in a room where they can face one another, sit in community, a safe structure for fire, a safe structure for the elements of like earthquakes and shit. We have to be smart about how we build. And a lot of the shit that's built in America is not good. Just a bunch of bullshit, like materials and shit. And it's like, it's not good. This is my first apartment as an adult my whole life. I'm 35. I've never lived in my own apartment. The materials are bullshit. I mean, I'm so thankful, like, I have a kitchen, sort of, and I have a bathroom. It's amazing. I have running water, hot running water, and a fridge for food storage. Like, somebody gave me a bed. So, I have a job. Things are good, but I'm here to make it better. Peace and love.